Yo, YouTube people, sorry. I was in the habit for many months of getting one video a week out, and summer's the busy season at work. So anyway, Stumpjumper commuter. I don't even know how many of these videos I've done now. But you know what's funny is I rode this bike. If you look at the first Stumpjumper commuter video I ever made, I rode this bike exactly like that for over a year. And then all of a sudden I started making videos on it. And then I started tweaking with it. And it's all been for the best. But I'll show you some of the updates I made. So I used to have Renee Ayers tires on it, the Rat Trap Pass tire. Great tire. The ride quality was absolutely phenomenal, but I just got sick and tired of getting flats all the time. So I ended up going to these Schwalbe's Marathon Plus. Yeah, and here's a look at the tread. These ones, they still have the nubs on there. These probably have about 100 miles on them, something like that. This bike is not a performance machine. It's a commuter bike, and I've ergonomically designed it to be very comfortable for someone with neck and back problems. So, you know, all the wear on these tires is going to be down the middle. It's not like I'm going through corners leaning deep, you know what I'm saying? I probably cruise between 14 and 16 miles an hour on the flat. I am not going fast on this thing. And it's a hill climbing machine, and I also use it to tow my kid around because we have a tow strap that we use on his bike. So when we get to hills, like, I'm pulling an extra, probably 70, 80 pounds behind me pulling that little twerp up hills. So anyway, as far as changes, I don't keep track of what was in previous videos. In one previous video, I had taken off the ISM, oh God, what was that, PR 3.0. I still have that saddle. I'll show it to you in a minute. PR 3.0 saddle from ISM was great. I loved it, used it for a long time. I tried the ISM Comfort saddle. It looks like a C. And I did a video on that, and I ended up pulling that one off. I didn't like it. It was too ergonomically strange, and it seemed like it really cut my power output. So I ended up going back to the regular ISM PR 3.0. And then just a couple of days ago, I picked up this Brooks saddle used. Good price on that at Recycled Cycles. I mean, it looks effectively new. Like, it doesn't even look worn in yet. And so I thought, you know what? I needed a saddle for my project bike. And so I thought, well, I mean, other than just going out spending 180 bucks on a brand new ISM PR 3.0, I thought, why not spend a fraction of that and try out a Brooks on my commuter? And I cannot believe how much I love this Brooks. Now, the longest trip I've taken this Brooks on is probably like 7-8 miles. Zero regrets. Now, my typical bike ride is like 3 miles. And so it's 3 miles downhill one way and 3 miles uphill the other way. And like the hills are pretty freaking steep. But that's my typical ride. I do 10, 20, 30 milers on occasion just for fun. I have not had the opportunity to try this on a 30 miler, but based on how good it feels on short distance, I think this is the perfect saddle for this bike. I don't think that saddle would be as good for my other bike. I'll show you my other bike in a minute, but I'll do a separate video on it too. So 1988 Stumpjumper here. The only other change I've made recently is I changed to a different style of ergon grip. I think this is like the GP1 or something. It's not the regular ergon grip, so I'll show you a top-down view. If you notice, it has this really pronounced curve to it, and it's very wide back here. It's much wider than the regular ergon grip. I'll show you the other ones here in a second. These are made for swept back bars like this, and I had to get new grips for my project bike again, right? And so I thought, well, I'm using the regular ergons on these swept back bars, so I'll transfer those to the new bike, and then I'll put these swept back grips on my current bike, and I can't, it's night and day. I mean, it's so stupid how much more comfortable these are. The Ergonomics, they change the swells and the grip in the palm to accommodate that swept backness, and it creates the most cloudy, wonderful comfort grip I have ever fathomed. I can't believe how nice it is. So those are the only big changes to the commuter, the 88 Stumpjumper commuter I've got here. Everything else, I believe, is basically the same. And honestly, at this point, I'm probably not going to do anything else to it. Like, it's pretty much perfect as it sits. As long as these Schwalbe tires hold up to my expectations as far as flat, you know, not getting flats, I'm not going to change them out. So my old Rat Trap Pass tires that are freaking phenomenal tires, just really thin and prone to flats, those are going on my performance bike, and I'll just give you a quick look, and then I'm going to do a separate video on updating people on this. So this is where I'm at now. I painted the frame. Those are the Rat Traps. I have the endurance casing on the rear, and I have the standard casing in the front. That's why the gummy sidewalls, the back one's a little bit darker. That's how Renair's, like, they changed the tan tone, the tan tone of the sidewall to show you externally what the casing thickness is. The endurance casing tire is a lot less prone to flats than the standard casing, I'll tell you that. But this'll work great for me. But yeah, that's just a quick look. And then, as I was saying, the regular Ergon grips, these came off that other bike. You can see these do not have that pronounced sweep out here. These are really comfortable grips on a straight bar, and they were really comfortable grips on the swept bar too. They're just nowhere near as comfortable on the swept bar as the other ones I showed you. These are the Bio Cork Ergon. There's like the GR one and the GP one, and I don't keep track of that crap, man. You have the internet. If you're watching this video, you can use Google. You know, I mean, put me a link, give me a link. You know, if I was a nice guy and you were paying for this, maybe I would, but you're not paying for this. Yeah, so I'll get into details on where I'm at with this in a different video. Oh yeah, there's the old PR 3.0 saddle. Great saddle. Could not say enough nice things about it. But the Brooks was an interesting change, and I'm liking it so far. Okay.